A strip of water only about 21 nautical miles wide at its narrowest point carries nearly 21 million barrels of oil every single day, along with a massive share of the world's gas. That's why the Strait of Hormuz is not just a line on the map. It's one of the most dangerous economic pressure points on Earth. If this narrow corridor stops breathing, the entire world feels it. Fuel prices surge, economics shake, and political tensions explode far beyond the Middle East. In this video, we're going to break down what the Strait of Hormuz really is, what happens if it gets closed, how it affects countries across the Middle East, Asia, and Europe, and the global economic consequences of the ongoing conflict involving the United States, Iran, and Israel. And before we begin, if you haven't subscribed our channel yet, make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss our future videos. The Strait of Hormuz sits between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. It is the main export route for oil and gas from countries like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, Iraq, and Iran. Every day, around 20.9 million barrels of oil pass through this narrow passage. Alongside oil, a large portion of the world's LNG, liquefied natural gas, which is natural gas cooled into liquid form for easier transport, also moves through this route. This is not just regional infrastructure, this is a global lifeline. Now the question here is that why the strait matters. To understand its importance, you need to understand dependence. More than 80% of the oil that passes through the Strait of Hormuz goes to Asia, especially countries like China, India, Japan, and South Korea. These economies rely heavily on imported energy to run factories, transportation systems, and entire industries. Even gas flow matter. The strait carries billions of cubic feet per day of gas, often measured in BCF/D, which is billion cubic feet per day, a unit used to measure large-scale natural gas production and transport. If this flow stops, energy doesn't become expensive, it becomes scarce. What happens if the strait closes? If the Strait of Hormuz is fully or partially closed, the consequences begin immediately. For countries in the Gulf, oil exports get trapped, storage fills up quickly, production must be reduced, natural revenues drop sharply. For Asia, energy imports become more expensive, manufacturing slows down, transportation costs rise, inflation increases. For Europe, fuel prices rise, inflation spreads across economies, governments face pressure from citizens, economic growth slows, even countries far away feel the impact because energy prices are global. The current conflict and its effects. The ongoing conflict involving the United States, Iran, and Israel has already shaken global markets. Oil prices have shown extreme volatility, rising rapidly due to fear of supply disruptions, then falling sharply when temporary ceasefire hopes appear. At one point, oil prices approached extremely high levels, increasing the cost of transportation, aviation fuel, and industrial production worldwide. Shipping through the region has also been disrupted. Tankers are delayed or rerouted. Insurance costs for ships have surged. Trade routes have become riskier. This is not just a military conflict, it's an economic shockwave. Global economic impact. Organizations like the International Monetary Fund (IMF) warn that such conflicts create what economists call a negative supply shock. This means supply of energy decreases, prices increase, economic growth slows. At the same time, central banks face a difficult situation, raise interest rates to control inflation that leads to slow economy, keep rates low that leads to inflation worsens. There's no easy solution. Ripple effects beyond energy. The consequences go beyond oil and gas. When energy prices rise, food prices increase because transportation and production cost more. Airlines rise ticket prices, shipping costs increase, global trade slows down. This creates a chain reaction that affects everyday people from grocery bills to job markets. Historical parallels. We have seen similar situations before. During the 1973 oil crisis, oil producing countries restricted supply, causing prices to skyrocket and economies to struggle worldwide. In the late 1970s, the Iranian Revolution reduced oil production significantly, creating panic in global markets. During the Iran-Iraq War in 1980s, attacks on oil tankers known as the Tanker War turned the Persian Gulf into a dangerous battlefield, once again threatening the Strait of Hormuz. Each time the lesson was the same: energy choke points can shape the global economy. So finally, we can say that the Strait of Hormuz is not just a strategic location, it's a global pressure valve. As long as the world depends heavily on oil and gas flowing through this narrow passage, any conflict in the region will continue to threaten global stability. The real danger is not only war itself, but how easily a single choke point can disrupt billions of lives across the planet. Because in today's world, a crisis in one narrow strait can become a crisis for everyone. If you have any thoughts or opinions about this topic, we'd love to hear them. Share your perspective in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it valuable, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, and support the channel. And as always, thank you for being with us.